Thank you. I want to, again, I'm Doug O'Rourke. I'm the executive director of the Math Circles of Chicago. The woman over there with the camera or the phone is Sarah Resby, our program director. And I want to introduce both of us in case you want to talk to us later. So again, I want to talk today about the work that we're all doing in this community and how we can bring it to more children and a possible model for doing that. When I introduce people to Math Circles of Chicago, I usually start with this slide, and I think parts of it, collaboration, fun, are things that everyone here is on board with. For this talk, I just want to focus on access. How do we get this mathematics and joyful mathematics in front of more children? Well, in Chicago, 13 years ago, we started with one site, and this is a pretty typical Math Circle model around the country, right? You have a location, might be in a big city. If a child wants to get access to recreational math, they get to that location. One key thing I want to say about the way we started, which was an essential part in giving kids access, is that our programs are free, right? And this actually precedes, I actually started working for the Math Circles of Chicago. We changed our name in 2015. But initially, this was an accessible program, at least in the fact that any child was welcome that was at the right age, and there was no fee. They just had to be able to get there. Of course, there was one other tremendous resource we had, and that was really the mathematics that was developed by a lot of people in this room and all over the world that are involved with recreational mathematics. We've developed over 200 highly developed plans at 6 program levels. So here are just 36 names, and in this audience, I'm sure the titles of these plans will seem very familiar because many of them come from things that Sarah or I read in books from Martin Gardner. And so Martin Gardner, without him, I don't think any of this would have ever happened. I think we can all say that. Yeah, yay. But beyond him, there are many other people in our community that made tremendous contributions to this work of making recreational math more accessible. I think about, and I can't name everyone that I possibly could name, but I'll mention Math Pickle is a site where we've repeatedly taken ideas and developed them. And Gord Hamilton's work there. If you know this book, Math Games with Bad Drawings by Ben Orlin, or Mark Saul, somebody I've known about for over 30 years, and the work he's done in the Northeast. Beyond that, of course, there are mathematicians all over the country and all over the world that have contributed to ideas that we've developed. I particularly want to mention mathematicians like Balin Sinijan, and Native American mathematicians in Australia like James Tanton. Sarah and I were both at the University of Chicago, where Paul Sally and his wife Judah Sally, who was at Northwestern, provided many of the ideas that we've developed. We're also really inspired by mathematicians like Bob Moses, who believe that mathematics is the central civics issue of the 21st century, that you won't be able to participate in civic life without this. And in turn, we need to get good, rich, joyful math in front of more children. So, in any case, our programs are free. These ideas were out there, and we leverage them. We turn them into highly developed, detailed plans to use in recreational math. So let's go back to our growth. 2015 to 2019, we added 4 more hubs. So we're a little bit spread out more in this city, but we realized we still weren't reaching that many children because there are a lot of kids that don't know enough about our work to actually get engaged in what we're doing. Third phase, that's when Sarah joined. And so if you see all these bubbles here, these are all after-school programs that Sarah developed, along with our work in community centers, homeless shelters. We also have online Math Circles, and we work with refugees. So we've grown more and more over the years, taking these ideas and bringing them to more children. Till today, I also want to thank Nancy Blackman and Daniel Klein and the work they're doing at the Julia Robinson Math Festival. This year alone, we're doing 30 festivals and raising awareness of our work, where you start kids in festivals, then they come to Math Circles, and then hopefully they come to Gathering for Gardner. At least that's the plan. So anyway, we've grown quite a bit. Our mission is to create opportunities for all children across Chicago to develop a passion for mathematics. These are our core values, which again, I think are largely shared across this room. Math should be fun and empowering. Every child can do this. This is not just for some children. And we think every child deserves access to these experiences, and we're trying to make good on our commitment to making that happen. So, our reach and impact. We've served over 10,000 students now. 2/3 of our students are from historically marginalized communities. 2/3 are black or brown. The majority are girls. We get kids more interested in math. They like what we're doing. We provide very high quality programming. I'm going to say more about that in my last slide. so that we served 2,200 kids last year. This is possible. If you want to talk to us later, we'll tell you more. A lot of people, their first question is how you raise the money. You'll have to come talk to me. Anyway, to make this happen, this is my last slide. What are the necessary ingredients? So first of all, obviously the mathematics. And exposing kids to heuristical thinking and habits of mind, mathematics that they extend. School mathematics, too often, they think that what they get in the class is where it ends as opposed to the beginning, and that mathematics should be connected. Secondly, we need to maximize access. We've made our programs free. Through Sarah's work, we've spread it throughout the city of Chicago, and we've been involved with starting, say, the Math Circles of Houston, and we hope someday this model will be used in other cities. Another big part of this is it has to involve deep knowledge about teaching. It's very hard to talk about that in 6 minutes, but we're very much a classroom teacher-led organization. We've worked in a lot of different places, but at heart, Sarah and I are both classroom teachers, and while we collaborate with mathematicians and others, teachers have to be at the center of providing access for all children. In turn, we have to have a strong community, like the community here, people that care about bringing this work to all children and care about good mathematics. And finally, a commitment to equity, humanizing mathematics so that every child comes to our spaces, feels welcome, and we have to approach that with humility. So, that's 30 seconds over, so I'll stop there. Email me or talk to me and Sarah later if you're interested. Thank you.